don't allow yourself to take 2 hours to write an offer. Just get a sale agreement, get it filled out, and get it signed. We can fix everything else later. We logged into SkySlope. This is what you see. Start by writing an offer. Then you do that, you remember write an offer because you're writing an offer. So now what it's doing is it's pulling up all libraries that have to do with a purchase agreement. So this is where you choose Oregon real estate forms or Oregon realtor forms. Okay, because it'll help you. You can toggle libraries on off. So click that. I always use OREF. So I would go Oregon real estate forms, OREF. Now let's stop here for a second. EXP Oregon Broker Library, EXP Realty USA Broker Library. So these are like EXP specific forms. Like I like the EXP Buyer Broker because it's shorter than the OREF, for example. A lot of this, right? These are what are called boilerplate templates. And a boilerplate template is something that's pre-made and you just fill in the blanks. So they all have the same intent. They're boilerplate. We're not writing them. The language isn't that much different. It could be slightly different, like if you were to go legislate this stuff, or not legislate, but go litigate, but we're not litigating, right? I'm not suing a buyer for backing out of a buyer broker. So shit doesn't really matter, okay? Name the Oregon data share. So this is our MLS forms, price change form, a listing, input sheet. I think they have their own listing agreement. You have OREF forms, okay? And then there's commercial. So for our intents and purposes, can you highlight these two? Yeah. Oregon real estate forms and Oregon realtor forms are the ones you're looking at. Okay, you see all this, you go, oh shit, it's too complicated. It's not. We have Oregon real estate forms and Oregon realtor. So let's go OREF. So what is required upon first meaningful contact with a client? The 3-page disclosure. The Oregon Real Estate Initial Agency Disclosure Pamphlet, OREIA. What that was gonna do is that was just gonna get the sale agreement pulled up, which is all you really need. Residential sale agreement right here. So for 99% of what you do, you're using the residential real estate agreement. There's 9 ways to skin a cat. There's a bunch of different ways you can do this. What I recommend is your initials and the address. So if we're writing on 2732 American, I'm going AR because my name is Alan Refafitz. And then 2732. It doesn't fucking matter. You just have to put something in there. Some people will go like 030420268R2732. It's like, thanks, fucker. Because the other guy has to input that shit now. And then someone screws it up and they need an addendum to correct it. So keep it fucking simple. Makes sense? You could do number 1, number 2. But I recommend your initials and then the address. And then if I write a second offer, maybe I'll go ADR 2732, okay? So you would put your info in and then open the MLS. This is where the importance of 2 screens comes into play. Listing member. So now we have seller's agent. So I would copy and paste Margaret Pena. And then I would copy her license number and paste it. Then I would copy her and paste it. And I'd copy her firm license and paste it to firm license. You guys track her with me?
Yeah.
I'll take her phone number and put her phone number in. What should I do with your email?
Copy and paste it.
Holy shit. So we can click on Home Smart Realty Group because we need their address. Oh, and then we copy this, 3420 Commercial Street. So pap, stick it in there. Make sense? And then again here, buyer needs to sign first name, last name, email, phone number. You put that in and then it's ready to sign. Okay, you get this done. The next thing, so let's put in, let's just put in me. So we got our property identifier. We got to put the seller's name in too, so we could, so you know, that's here's the thing. When we did buyer, we did signs, right? So let's input seller. I hate these forms. We don't need 4 signature lines, people. So stupid. So if you'll notice up here, it says no action, right? Because we're repping the buyer. We're not sending this for the seller to sign. So we're just inputting it. So let's go back to here. We've got to find the seller name. Oh, here it is. Tonya Wester. Tonya Wester. Yeah, put that shit in there. Oh my God, but what if it's Tonya's Car and Auto Parts LLC? What do I do? What if it's Tonya's Car and Auto Parts LLC? Boom, Tonya's Auto Parts LLC. We put the address. So it's called Jackson County. Then we put the address. You always want a secondary ID, which is a tax ID. And Madeline, if you were to go over here and scroll to the top, tax ID is going to be right here. It's called the parcel number. So now we're copying, pasting address, tax ID, purchase price, down payment, deed, So we get it filled out because I just had to fill it out. At closing and on delivery of the deed, the balance of the purchase price. The deed is the ownership of the house. You never put contract. So anyways, now let's just assume we filled it out. You've been in communication with your buyer, with the seller's agent about what's included and what's excluded from the sale. Washer, dryer, the fridge. All right, you know that they want to write it for $280 and they're going to put $3,000 as earnest money because earnest money is about 1%. They're putting a total of $10,000 or 10% down, so $28,000 down minus the 3. So you go like this, just do it, $280, and then just putting $3,000 earnest money. You never fill out line C. You never fill out line C. You never do additional earnest money. Don't do it. And then right here, what's 28 minus 3? Then 25. You need a sale agreement to write an offer. If it's got well and septic, it's rural property, you need a sale agreement, a well addendum, and a septic addendum. You can figure everything else out later. I had a guy call me, wants to write an offer Sunday night, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Fuck. I didn't have anything, so I'm good. So I just went and did it all. So I did it all as the initial agency disclosure pamphlet. He had signed buyer brokers in the past, but they're all expired. Initial agency, disclosed limited agency, buyer broker agreement, wire fraud, FERPTA advisory, the affiliated business arrangement advice. So I just did it all, but I very easily could have just written the offer. It was rural, so offer, well, and septic addendum because it got rejected. So instead of spending all this time filling out all this shit, I could have just boom, sale agreement, well, septic addendum, shoot it over. If we get an accepted offer, then we can clean it up later. But don't allow yourself to take 2 hours to write an offer. When in doubt, find the relevant sales agreement. If it's a brand new house, you need new construction. If it is a manufactured home in a park, you need a manufactured home in a park. If it's commercial, you need commercial. If it's residential, you need residential. Just get a sale agreement, get it filled out, and get it signed. We can fix everything else later. Assuming you have a buyer broker agreement signed. You don't want to write an offer and not have a buyer broker agreement signed. That's a good way to not get paid. You've got to have that. And it's happened. We've had people do it. And I'm like, bro, I was able to save the deal via printing it out and having them sign in person and backdating it. Oh yeah, we had to sign, but we just didn't upload it. So silly. What the fuck was I thinking, right? So you got to, assuming, right? Because if you're showing houses, you got to buy a broker. It's the law in Oregon. You got that already? Just a sale agreement, man. If it's in town, just a fucking sale agreement. And SkySlope will prepare it for signatures. So we moved over to T-Mobile from Verizon. And the guy's like, oh, it's easy to swap all your phones. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Well, it is once you've done it. But I get in, right? Log into my T-Mobile portal. I've got all my porting pins from Verizon. So I had to go to Verizon. I do a bunch of stuff over there. Copy and paste the IMEIs. I created a spreadsheet. I'm like, okay. I got my Verizon account number. I got my port pins, which allows me to move a phone to another carrier. And I have the IMEI, which is the phone identifier. We're good. So I go in. I kind of stumble through where it is, manage lines, click a line, boom. Okay, perfect. So then I put in my Verizon account number. I put in port pin, and it won't work. It won't work. It won't work. It won't work. Try it again. Doesn't work. Try another phone. Doesn't work. Try it again. Doesn't work. So I call my Verizon guy, and I'm like, yo, bro, it's not working. Okay, yeah, set a time. Well, you got your Verizon account number. It's like, oh, no, yeah, the last 5 digits of your Verizon account number you don't need. And it's like, well, what the hell? Like, thanks for the heads up, right? So, but then after that, it was easy. But I didn't have a key piece of information. How am I supposed to know it's the last 5 digits you're supposed to cut off? Like anything after the dash is not your account number. I'm like, it says Verizon account number on my Verizon bill. You know, so a lot of times it's that kind of stuff. I'm like, hey, it's easy. And Haley's like, dude, there's 7 libraries in 300 forms. But then you go, no. It's really only Oregon Realtor OREF. And all you need is a sale agreement. Then it's like, oh shit, okay. Because it can be overwhelming at first. Like, there's something preventing me from moving forward. It's a very simple thing.